Before I became a judge, I interviewed with the public defender's office, and I had an interview set up with the state attorney's office. But Mr. Frost, the public defender at the time, offered me a job on the spot. So I accepted it before I even moved on to an interview with the state attorney's office. And I loved working for the public defender's office. It gave me access to the courtroom like no other job would, immediately. So I worked for him for 18 months, and I actually promised him 2 years, and he let me off a little bit early because I felt like we were so busy. I was representing 130 felony clients at one time, which it just felt overwhelming, like I couldn't practice to the best of my ability representing each and every one of them. And went on to private practice with another assistant public defender who also happened to be Greek, Tom Fallis. So we opened up Elia and Fallis. Elia is my maiden name, literally directly across the street from the courthouse. And because some of our clients from the public defender's office wanted us to continue representing them, and somehow they got the ability to pay our fee. It was a wonderful and always in the black, never in the red law practice, which was a blessing. You know, it's always a fear when you leave a state job and to hang up your own shingle. And I stayed in private practice for 5 years. And during that time, I did a lot of the family law business that came through the doors because my partner hated family law. And those cases also spun off to other types of personal injury, criminal law cases. And we actually had one prominent case that was featured on 48 Hours. In fact, that one case was the first time that 48 Hours covered it in the full hour. So our case was the entire show. And that was a nerve-wracking case. It was a manslaughter case, and our client was accused of killing a young boy. He was found not guilty by jury, but the reason why I say it was very stressful is because we truly believed in our client's innocence. And usually those are the cases that really keep you up at night. But so after that, I have to back up a little bit because as a public defender, I started out with Judge Louise Walker, whose portrait graces the wall in my courtroom. She was a wonderful judge, not a lawyer. She was, I say, grandmothered in. She was a justice of the peace, and when the law changed requiring judges to be lawyers, they allowed her to continue. And she was retiring at age 70. That's our retirement age, forced to retire at age 70. And I thought, I truly feel that a woman should replace her. So I ran for election, actually, and there was 3 of us running. And we had a runoff, and I won 2 elections. And that's how I became a judge. And I have been a judge since I was elected in 1994. And I have to tell you, I was very young at the time, and I thought that it would work against me. Everywhere I went to campaign, people were saying, "Aren't you too young to be a judge?" But I felt like in the almost 7 years that I had practiced law, my practice was packed full of difficult cases, challenging, as well as many different types of law were involved in our cases. So I felt like I was a well-rounded person, and I could handle both civil and criminal cases. And I'm so happy the voters agreed.